You hosted the season finale of Saturday Night Live. That's a big honor.
Big honor. I loved it. I loved it.
Did you like the experience?
I loved it. It went by in a blur. It was so fast. And I remember talking to you about when you hosted and when you were at SNL, and you described it as when you're there, you see pictures from the original days with John Belushi and everything, and those photos seem like they're just from the Civil War days, you know?
Yeah. They
and
really do. They look like there are black and white photographs on the walls of SNL.
Yeah.
And when I got there, the show had been on the air for like 14 years, I think, when I got there.
Yeah.
And they were all getting ready for the 15th anniversary, and I would walk the halls and look at the pictures of Belushi and Aykroyd and the Coneheads, and I'd say, well, this show's coming to an end. And I would look back at those old photos and go, man, look, that's at the very beginning, and now we're at the end.
Yeah.
And here it is, like 80 years later.
Still going. More
still
photos,
going strong, yeah.
newer cast members, newer writers. I loved it.
Did you find it weird walking through the doors at the beginning? You know, when you come out to do the monologue?
Yes.
Because that's the feeling that I didn't expect, but it completely freaked me out, which is I'd grown up watching the show, literally grown up watching it.
Yeah.
Then I was there and I worked as a writer, and then I left and I worked on The Simpsons and did other stuff. Then I did the late night show, and then they brought me back and they said, do you want to host some? Yeah. And they were like, here he comes. And I went through those doors and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, there's no other, I'm serious, I'm not trying to, there's no other word.
It is true.
It was like they put me in, and you can see I come through the door and I'm like, I'm one of those, what?
Totally.
Something's gone wrong.
That little stairway and everything. And even behind that door, it just looks like a little set.
Yeah.
It looks like a fake door.
Oh, it's incredibly depressing back there.
Yeah.
That's the thing you should know about show business is it's all like this out front, but backstage, like just before our guests come out, there's like a urinal. There's a guy like a cigarette, like, you better get out there and be funny. And don't touch the urinal. To get on your audition, to get on Saturday Night Live, you did an impression. Who was your impression of?
I did Sam Waterston from...
I think we have we have him. Sam Waterston. There he is. He also plays the eagle on Sesame Street.
So he's...
That's such a specific. No one does an impression of him. You did an impression of him for your audition.
Yeah, and it's the same stage where we did for the SNL monologue. It's like that same place you come out, and I did him, and he's kind of like, he shakes a little bit. The trial judge heard testimony, and so did Mr. Munoz. Why didn't you call 911? So
He always seems like he's about to cry.
Yeah,
always about to cry.
He's just about to cry.
Just on the edge.
Yeah.
Just on the, and then it got me the job. So thank you, Sam Waterston.
Yeah.